This is the Conrad Alert. Civil defense information will be broadcast at 6:40.
West of the Rockies, you're on the air. Hello.
Y2K, how can we prepare?
Stop a few of their machines and radios. Throw them into darkness for a few hours.
We are fighting for our lives. My family must survive.
For 5 years, 1,000 gallons of gas, air filtration, water filtration.
Coming at you from the frozen tundra that is East Central Alberta, Canada. Streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble, and Odyssey. Welcome back to the workshop where we create community, find freedom, promote preparedness, and share success. I am Toolman Tim. Today is August the 5th, 2023, and this is episode 349 of Workshop Radio. Tomorrow night, we are going to have kind of a milestone, 350. I am looking forward to it. So I have the better half with me again this evening. This is becoming our weekend tradition. I love having her on here. Before we do, let's get the announcements out of the way. I see our sponsor of the evening is already here in the comments, so it's great to have them. But guys, don't forget about Two Chicks Homestead. Nate and Aaron, we got a little announcement coming up in a little bit here. It's going to be good. But they put out some incredible content. They homeschool their girls. They run a homestead while trying to make sure they don't fight against the municipality very often. Nate just built an incredible rabbit hutch. I guess it's bigger than a hutch. I don't know what's bigger than a hutch, but anyway, it's big. And survived the tumble down the stairs today and held on to his drink. So for anybody who can slide down the stairs, hold on to their drink and not spill it, you need to support them. So give them some love. Go to twochickshomestead.com. Links in the description below. Next, tomorrow night, our guest is going to be Survivor Rick. Rick from him and Survivor Jane are the founders of Prepper Camp, and he is going to come on and have a good little chat with me, talk about Prepper Camp. He was on just about a year ago this time, but that reason for that announcement is don't forget to get your tickets to Prepper Camp. If you're within a day's drive of Saluda, North Carolina, and that covers a lot of the continental United States, I would love to see you there. We are going to turn it into an anarchist paradise. We've got a ton of incredible people coming that are going to be there presenting, talking, hanging out, plying their wares, and just a great time to get together and have a good time. So links in the description for that. And finally, I got to turn the light down here just a little bit. I know I unveiled it the other night, but if you are wondering what you miss out on the patch of the month, this one right here, guns don't kill people, the government does. That is this month's patch. Everybody seems to love it. Hasn't got anybody in any trouble yet, so we haven't really succeeded, but it is a beautiful patch that if you want to get in on it, patchofthemonth.co, $10 a month, $100 a year, and it will be yours amongst all kinds of other cool patches you'll get for the other 11 months of the year. So with that, give me a moment here. She's just dying to get on the air, so... There she is. Hey, beautiful. How are you?
Good.
Good. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Not really. I'll move the mic a little closer to her tonight, guys.
I still don't have much of a voice, so
it was an entire week ago that you were starting to get a little sick. Mm-hmm. No, it was way more than that, actually. So Last Friday. And if anything, it's gotten worse, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. It's miserable.
She has been homebound, hasn't been able to work. You've got bronchitis.
Mm-hmm.
And make you laugh like that. So, but she's been doing good. You've managed to put some backsplash tile up and sent me an order of supplies for things you wanted to do because you couldn't leave the house. And but no, and are you sleeping a little better?
No, not yet. No,
she's at that point where she's got to sit up right high in order to stop from coughing, babe?
Yeah, it's pretty miserable.
Been a pain in the ass for her. I feel bad, but
no, you don't.
I do because I know what it's like when you don't get a good night's sleep. So I don't know what to do for you. You're on antibiotics. That'll be about all you can do, isn't it?
Yep.
So if all of a sudden she goes silent here, guys, it's not because I muted her microphone. It's because her voice gave out on her. So, hey, Haas said, Tim, Becky, and chat got the patch. That was pretty fast. I always love to hear that. People love getting those patches.
And also, before we start, I did want to say, I don't know if she's going to be on tonight. I did get an email from Andrea.
Oh, good.
I did see your email. I promise I did. I flagged it and I was going to try to answer you tomorrow. I've just been like, yeah, I'm kind of trying to, like, I've been working on grant stuff all week, and then not feeling good. I haven't been able to get a lot done, but I'll try to get back to you tomorrow.
Andrea told us that I'm not sure where she went. It was for some recertification and realized she wore her hat with the new patch on it the whole time.
Oh, no.
She was like, nobody said anything. It's just the right color that it kind of blends, that if you don't really read it, it wasn't completely on purpose, but this month's going to be a good one too. So it has a lot to do with some of our favorite things as preppers and workshop community members. So I don't think you haven't even seen this month's yet, have you? It hasn't got here, but
no, I see it when it shows up.
Yeah. So I figured it's been a couple of weeks since we did This Week in the Workshop. So to give you a bit of a break, I'll go through kind of what we've been up to lately, but you can.
Well, and I'll apologize if I cough or anything.
Oh, yeah.
Try not to deafen anybody. And
we got a couple of cool announcements to make, and then some of the things that we've been up to, mainly me, because you poor thing have been she's been dealing with a ton of grant work, trying to make it work while in between sleeping.
But I got it approved this week.
Yes, you did get your approval.
I did get my approval this week.
And we have a building lined up, not the original one we picked, but
nope. Actually, I think this one's going to be better.
Yeah. It will be for sure. I'm absolutely excited for you, baby. I'm excited for us. It's good for everybody. So I started the rentals at the Reno.
The Renos
at the rental.
The rental at the Renos.
You think I was the one that was sick, man? Oh man! And I said, "You can see. There you go." Whoa! I said the split screen looks funny with your arm going into her frame for the time. Yeah, it happens sometimes.
Sometimes because his arms don't stop moving when he talks.
Yeah, you think I was part French or something. I don't understand. But hey, Rachel said just got done with Kyle's live stream. Yeah, I seen Kyle and Brian from the Lots Project had one tonight, and it was absolutely make sure you support those fellers too. Dixon said I got the eye roll. Awesome. Dixon said I got the eye roll when someone asked what my patch said. It was perfect. Well, then we succeeded. If that's what we got, we succeeded, didn't we? So
but why an eye roll? It's true.
It is true. I mean, I can do a pretty good Dale Gribble impersonation, but it all came from, of course, King of the Hill.
I think it was Charlotte's idea.
Charlotte, it was. She doesn't even remember telling me now, but we were sitting there watching, and Dale Gribble comes on. He goes, "Guns don't kill people. The government does." And she's like, "Dad, that is a perfect friggin' patch." So it's going to go down as one of the best ones. It's right up there with been prepping since Y2K. It's awesome. So, and Cabot said, "Oh, what was the eye roll patch?" No, he got the eye roll because of the patch, I believe. Right.
Yeah.
So that's all. That makes me happy. So, yeah, I started the Renos at the rental, which started with, and this is not our rental. This is one that I'm paid to look after. And it all started, I ran into the guy who moved out of it the other day, and I'm like, "Oh, how you making out at your new place?" And he said, "Oh, pretty good." I said, "What's it been, 5 or 6 months?" He goes, like 13, 14 months. I was like, "Oh my God, I got to get this renovation done."
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's been over a year.
It has. I didn't realize it had been over a year. It just been 1,000 things that we're doing, and I just didn't make it a priority. So it is now. I went in, spent one hot afternoon hauling carpet up. I was so glad that they didn't glue it down. All it had was those. I don't know if anybody else knows those straps that they go around the outside of a room with, and they have all these little nails that stick up. They're called tackless straps, but they're anything but. They have like 1 billion tacks in them. They'd make a good wrestling weapon, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
But
and if you step on one,
or if you get friggin' hook your fingers into it while you're trying to. Oh yeah.
Well, they kind of feel like barbed wire.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because they're rigid, right?
Yeah.
So when you pull them out of your skin, it hurts.
Yeah. So these guys, right. They should be called tack strips, but where I worked at Home Hardware, they were called tackless strips. And the reason I had to ask, because it seems stupid, is because when you use those, you don't need to tack your carpet down.
Yes.
But if anything, oh man, I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know how many times I have stuck my finger on the end of those and they fucking hurt. But I got the entire place stripped, hauled I should have taken more pictures for you guys, but the countertop was completely rotten, right? Oh, it was unbelievable. Just awful. So, and you saw it before, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, did you?
No, I remember telling you when we first went in there, I said, "Hun, this counter's got to be replaced." And I remember you saying, "Oh, no, it'll be fine."
I did not.
You did.
Oh, my God.
And then I said to you, I'm like, "No, it's got to be replaced." "Oh, no, I could fix that." And I'm just like, that's when I rolled you, and I was like, whatever.
See,
So yeah, he claimed he could fix it. So no, you did.
No, see, you're so full of shit. Your
No,
eyes are
I'm
brown.
not.
I believe what I said was I can keep the cabinets, but the countertop had to come out.
No, I told you that countertop was garbage.
Yep.
And you told me that it was good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
oh, see,
because I think every time I mention something like that, you automatically get this little thing in the back of your head where you're thinking, oh, she's going to make more work for me, and this is going to cost me more time and more work. And then,
it's not even our house.
It doesn't matter. That's what you do. And I know you get that little switch in the back of your head. It's like, oh, she's just trying to make more work for me. No, that countertop was garbage.
And she knows if she says it long enough and loud enough that I'll just give in and be like, because I can't remember. I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday afternoon. So.
No, I told you.
So it's out. And the sink's out. I just picked up a new bathroom. What did I get? I got a tub, a mini vanity, kitchen sink, and a tub surround. All of that. So it's it's definitely coming. And I went and picked up a bunch of bin, which if you guys don't know, it's the best paint for going over cigarette smoke. Because if I'd have tried to wash these walls down, it's never coming off.
No, he smoked in there for like what, 15 years?
Yeah, like a decade and a half or something. So so I'm painting over it. If it takes a couple of coats, it takes a couple coats, but I've had really good luck with it. I'm actually using Block It, which is a home hardware product. Yeah. And it's good stuff. So
it actually works good for mold and mildew too.
Yeah, it does. It's good.
Yeah.
So here we are. They we got the paint. I got the whole downstairs one. So Gunfighter asked if I've ever used Kills, and I have in the past. I've used Bin, I've used Kills. They both work really good. The bin that I used, I forget.
Can I move this back a bit?
Sure. It had a bit of a smell, like I can't remember what it was, but anyway, it worked good. But I've been using, like I said, I've been using this Block It from Home Hardware with pretty good luck. So I got the living room and the bedroom downstairs completely. One coat of primer on. It's going to take two, like I told you, but whatever, no big deal. It's worth it.
But it'll look good when it's done.
Oh yeah, it will. And what did I fix this week, hon? Remember? Out in the stove. The stove. That was friggin' awesome. And that was all thanks to you, because you're like, you want to get this stove? And I'm like, I don't know.
No, there was that little sweat. Oh, she's making more work for me to do.
Well, to be honest, I was going to give up on it because it was just a fucking circuit board.
But every time I tell you something, you're like, no. It's like,
yep.
I'm going to jam that no right down your damn throat because you know darn well.
Dixon says some of the odor killers smell worse than the odor. Yeah, there's some truth to that. So Kills, let's see if I can find that. So Haas wants to know what Kills is.
I've never heard of it.
It's with a Z, I believe. Or, sorry, a Z. You guys wouldn't know what Z is, would you? Kills Primer. And it is a blocking primer. Yeah, see, they're not going to show me any. It's a blocking paint anyway. So, yeah, let's bring it over here. I'll see if I can share it for you guys. But it works really well for that. There we go. Share.
No, I've never heard of that one.
So that's what it is. It's a, I don't even know what the actual chemical makeup is of it. A shellac. That's the word I was looking for. So Bin is another brand that makes this stuff, and it's a shellac base. So it's kind of like the old-fashioned paint the old timers used to paint over when you would cut limbs off of trees and things. And it has a real shiny finish, but it seals it up and doesn't allow any odors or stains to come
and
through.
I watched a video earlier of home renovation, and from what I understood, if you pull up, like in an older house, and this lady's renovating, and she pulled up, and the people that were living there, the cats had peed all along the baseboards and everything. Yep. So she pulled up all the carpet, and of course, it had original hardwood flooring. And she mopped and bleached and vinegar and everything, and then she went over the flooring with this stuff.
Really?
And before she put the vinyl plank down,
okay,
and it would seal in any scent or any smell that was in there, and then you just go over it with the vinyl plank, and you can't smell any of the cat odor or anything coming up.
No shit.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty neat hack.
So. What show was that? Do you remember?
It was just on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's cool.
She painted the whole baseboard and the floor, went over it with vinyl plank, and then put new on, and she said that you can't smell anything.
Yeah, because
great.
I've had a couple different cleaners that kind of work. Remember that house that had the people lock the dogs in the bedroom for weeks on end? Oh, thank God the poor dogs didn't die. But,
right.
Oh man. Yeah. So this stuff works. Bin was my go-to for many years, but it's a little harder to get. And of course, like most paint products, what have they done with it? But they've neutered it. They've taken all the good chemicals out of the shit. The stuff that killed us is what made it stick to the walls, right? If I had my way, we'd still be using lead paint. But anyway, there we are. Better than replacing all that wood. It is better for sure.
Well, and she just wanted to put the vinyl plank down because it was waterproof.
Right.
But I guess these cats had used this carpet, and it, like, you could see it was just saturated, right? But when she went over it with the paint, and she said there was no problems.
Well, that's, you know what? I might have to try that. Hopefully we're not doing that kind of, but it's possible when we have to deal with rentals sometimes.
Well, I think it probably would be good the next place we pull up with carpet with animal smell.
Yeah.
We'll try it. Because most of our places don't have carpet anymore.
No. And I'm doing So this house had carpet from floor to, not floor to ceiling, but both upstairs and down and on the stairs. And I don't think it'd been vacuumed since Carter was in office. Like, well,
and a little property management / house owner that you rent, do not ever have a rental with carpet.
No.
If you have to go to like Home Depot and buy the click flooring that is like 47 cents a square foot, do not keep carpet in a rental.
Yeah. Because
it doesn't matter. For some reason, they will destroy it, and you'll end up, it's just going to cost you more money in the long run.
We're putting vinyl plank down because I've fallen in love with that stuff.
It cleans up so nice.
It cleans up nice, and it goes down nice.
And it's waterproof.
It's so much easier than rolled sheet vinyl. It's mostly waterproof when you put the glue down. It's 100% waterproof and
scratch proof.
Pretty good. We haven't had any problems yet. So Nate said, oh no, he said we had a cat miss a litter box in the corner of the room. Of course, the corner was the joint in the concrete. Neighbor below called maintenance to complain about a water leak. Oh no, poor Nate.
and I never begrudge anybody having cats.
But
cat pee smells so bad.
So bad. Yeah, it does.
And of course, it always smells worse when it's an unneutered cat. Or if your cat has, you remember how bad Frodo used to smell? He had issues with his
he was an old man at that point.
Right. And it doesn't matter. You can't, I remember years and years ago, my mom and dad had the stucco on the walls. And one of their farm cats got into the house and sprayed on the stucco. You can't get that out. It gets right in the crevices and stink.
And stucco softens when it gets wet, and then it dries, and then you don't know other than the stain. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was. And it smelled so bad. The only way to get it off is you'd have to scrape all that stucco, and yeah, it was awful. And cat spray is the worst. Rabbit pee is bad. We got the kids rabbits one year for Easter, and that little story that we did with the rabbits, remember?
Oh my God. Yeah, go ahead. You know what? The statute of limitations is over on this. So
this is when we thought we were farmers. We had
probably before we thought we were.
Yeah, and we got the kids rabbits for Easter one year, and they were letting them run around the house, and of course these things were like pissing and shitting everywhere. So I'm like, and I think they were a novelty with the kids for about 2 weeks.
Sure.
And then the kids wanted nothing to do with them. So at this point, I came home one day and I was tired of it. I picked up the 3 rabbits and I threw them outside. Biggest mistake of my life, because in about 6 months there was dozens of rabbits everywhere.
Unreal.
Everywhere, these dozens of rabbits. And they were just like overrunning. They were everywhere. And of course, we just deniability. I don't know where they came from. I don't know.
Because all of a sudden, friggin' Department of Natural Resources from Nova Scotia puts out a warrant for your arrest. I'm like, oh, it was bad. We were young and stupid too. We really were. Were we even married yet? We might have just gotten married.
No, we weren't married yet. It was the Easter before we got married.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. That tells you. So good. Yeah. Well, anyway, that's another. We'll tell that story offline some night about target practice at a different place. But rabbits will do that.
And these were free wandering rabbits.
Do you remember Moses? Obviously you do.
Yes,
So
yes.
Becky had this cat that looked like Skeletor. And
It wasn't my cat, it was my mom's cat.
Yeah, well, when we met, he was 111 in cat years. So that's like, no.
He lived until he was 23.
23, yeah. All that was left of him when he died was dust, skin, and a few bones. He had no teeth. He couldn't eat. Anyway, so the very first Christmas that we met, I was staying at her place with her parents, and we went to a Christmas party. And I had quite a bit to drink, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
And we came back, and her senile old cat that was 147 decided he was going to somehow, they had baseboard heat everywhere. It was the Finn style hot water heater. And he got up there and shit down in between there. And I just remember being
old man diarrhea.
Oh, it smelled so bad. And we couldn't go to sleep because all you could do was smell. So I had to, my drunk ass was down on the ground with wet Q-tips trying to clean that old cat shit out between the fins.
Taking the front off and you're
man.
Trying to focus with a wet Q-tip.
Backwoods Butcher said, we acquired the cat of my wife's patient who died. I told her it's going to steal our souls next.
Well, that's the thing. Like when Mom was in Ontario and Barrett first flew to Ontario to meet everybody.
Right.
He went in and Moses was still alive at that point. And he went into, Amy told me he went into the apartment, sat on the couch, and Moses jumped on his lap. And she said Barrett froze and looked at her, and he's like, "What the hell is that?"
Didn't know what to do.
It didn't know what to do. It didn't even look like a cat. He was blind in both eyes, and he didn't even know what to do. He was scared.
He was, man. And yeah, that was a bad. I love the dude, but yeah, Mitch said that's bad. Just get a new kitten. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, if it were up to me, that's all I can say.
Yeah. It's like,
so I fixed a stove this week, and I was pretty fucking proud of that, to be honest. You picked it up, and you were like,
it was free.
Yes. And I have learned over the years that when you have a good deal of something free, we have to jump on it, because if we don't, if I'm like, let's wait, then we fucking
like you usually do.
Yeah. So she got us a free stove that was
beautiful stove.
Yeah. And I think I probably talked about this a little bit, but anyway, I repaired the circuit board with it was a relay, a $3.47 relay.
Yep.
And it works. The fridge that wouldn't cool, I brought it back to the apartment, or from the apartment to the garage, looked underneath, and the whole thing was nothing but a cake of dust. So it wasn't able to heat or cool at all. Cleaned it all out. It works perfect. And the dryer was just a switch and an on-off switch and a thermal fuse. That was it. So Chris Dixon said he was as old as the original Moses.
Yeah. Well, just so you get a glimpse, Moses was a kitten before I started high school.
So that was like 1964.
Yeah, no, he was so old. Like it got to the point where I was calling my mom, and I'd be like, "How is that cat still alive?"
It was
and
unreal.
He would sit on top of the refrigerator, and he would just meow at everybody. And if you walked by, he'd swat you because he was just stupid.
Kyle said when him and his wife first got together, she had a cat that started pissing on his crotch in the middle of the night. Yeah,
that's a dominance thing.
He's like, just so you know, buddy, this is my mom, and you ain't taking her. So there you go.
Well, I remember we had Jordan. Every time we would leave him, he would shit on our bed.
Yep, he's like,
because he was pissed.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you turn this down a bit for me?
Yeah, I can.
Killing my eyes.
Poor honey. There you go. How's that?
Thank you. Much better.
You're welcome. He said it ended up living in a ferret cage because we also had 6 dogs. Oh, there you go. So I made 2 trips this week to Edmonton, back and forth. That was quite fun. I don't mind, but one was early. We had to be in the city for 9. 9.
Yeah.
So up at 6. Charlotte's getting braces. I've never seen somebody so excited to be tortured by having metal shoved into their face. I have no idea why.
I think she's regretting her life choices the last couple of days. So
yeah, she's like, it hurts. I'm like, what did you think? We did warn you, sweetie. So anyway, she wants braces. So whatever. I'm excited to be able to help her anyway. And
one more trip
for now, and then after a little bit. And okay. Said she's an angel. My kids are holding her. Oh, is that the dog or the cat? I missed something Mitch said there. They got a new kitten. That's bad. I just got a new. Sorry, I misread that, Mitch. So Mitch just got a new kitten. We just got a new one too. His name's Arthur. Oh, I can't remember his name. I just look at him and call him Orange Cat. He's really sweet. He's a good boy. He's so smart, and he's learned how to use the dog door.
and he goes out all day and he just hangs around in the backyard, plays with the dogs.
He is pretty
And
good.
yeah, he just does it. He's such a good cat. He doesn't bother anybody.
He
Except
is.
for
Maui.
Maui. He torments Maui.
Our three-legged cat, in case anybody wants to know about him. But put down some turf at the daycare. We bought that last fall. Yep, I finally got that done.
No, that was
good.
only like 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, it's been a whole winter out back.
Yeah.
And so it looks really good. You've only seen pictures, but so you guys know I've been building over the last year, well, 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
The whole backyard at the daycare, the whole play area has been turned into like an on-ground 2x6 deck. And it's awesome. Built some new stairs. And I went over today and we had 7 rolls of indoor-outdoor carpet.
See, I didn't know we had
covered.
that.
I didn't either. I thought it was like 4 or 5. So I got them all put down and it's really nice. I'm excited about it. I think the kids are going to enjoy it quite a bit.
I think they will too.
Oh yeah. It's going to be good. And
it looks good.
Yeah,
so.
It does. If we get a couple of years out of it, I'll be happy.
And you picked up a bunch more
yeah
wood so you can finish off the deck.
So yeah, this is going to be 12 by 34. I think it's going to be.
And you're not doing the ramp.
No, not yet.
Just the deck.
So I'm going to come over, encapsulate the new set of stairs I built, and it's going to be square. So the only thing that we'll have left at this point when we're done is a wheelchair ramp and the sandbox if we decide to go with the sandbox. So, and that's it.
Yeah.
And this has been this is for our existing daycare.
Yes.
The new one, you're shooting for October 1st.
October 1st, yes. I sent off some emails last night to Chris, so he's probably going to he's going to, now we're on it because I've got the approval for the grants, and now we're on a timeline, so he's going to get pretty sick of me here in the next week.
He'll get over it.
Because I'll be shooting him emails.
You're going to make him a lot of money, so he'll be happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so this is the original daycare in our town, Haas, and I'll show you guys some pictures when I get the next section done. Going to work on it. It's a long weekend here, so I'm going to work on it Sunday and Monday. Get that done. I just mentioned it the other night, but I've been using this new program I told you about, baby.
Yes.
It's Opus Pro. I think that's how you pronounce it. OPUS.PRO. And it is how much? What did I tell you? About $40 a month?
I think you said 40, yeah. Give or take.
Guys, when I'm going to do a whole show next Thursday on content creation again, because there's been so much happening for me, but this is going to be a big part of it. And it uses artificial intelligence to scan your videos, whether it's short reviews or 2.5-hour podcasts if you want. And it will give you, like I did a half-hour snippet from the meeting of the minds, the different butchers last weekend, and it came back with something like 17 usable 60-second shorts and TikToks. So basically, it's saving me all the time from needing to edit down all my content that I'm not going to do, and way cheaper.
Well, did you tell them about that?
I don't know how much to share.
Well, you don't have to give a name.
So, okay. Well, you know what? Yeah. Let me.
You need to.
Yeah. Let me share this story.
We don't want anybody else getting snowed.
Right.
By this.
So
yeah.
The company, and if you want to go back, I talked about them before. They reached out to me, and I knew it was a high price, and you were the one that said go for it, because I was nervous.
You were nervous about talking to me about it.
I was, because it was a lot of fucking money.
And of course it was an American too. So that's a huge exchange rate.
By the time the exchange rate came through, it would have been well over half of everything we were making from content.
It was about 2,200.
It was about 2,000 Canadian. Yeah.
And
which is
change.
Yeah. And is a lot of money.
Yeah.
But we were willing to try it for 3 months to see how it would go. And well, it didn't go very well. That when it comes,
that's nicely put.
I know. I don't want it to be construed as slander. I'm just trying to be honest.
It's not slander.
No, I know.
No, you're being honest.
So I was promised that videos would come out quickly, i.e. 24 hours after the show. I was told to, what else? Well, that the quality would be, anyway, basically what ended up happening was 2 weeks in, I had gotten 4 shorts from them, all based on the original. But
didn't you have to ask them?
No, at that point I was pissed off enough that I dropped them.
Yeah.
But it was bad, guys. Like they
were awful videos too.
The quality wasn't great. You guys even told me. I mean, anyway. And here's the thing: I dropped them before I knew about any of this stuff. So I started looking at other options. Then I farmed some stuff out to Fiverr, which was great. But then I found this program that does all the work for me. So there we are. We're down to from 2,000 to about $40.
Well, and then of course, and when you approach them about it, they were quite rude with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like their customer service was not very good.
Yeah, so I wouldn't deal with them again.
Yeah.
So if you want to know their name, you can go back to the old show.
No, we won't say any name,
but it was there. It wasn't for me. I did not work, and they got a little snotty with me at the end, and I'm like, well, that just tells me exactly. Yeah, they did do the beep ones.
I don't like the beep ones.
No,
I don't like them.
The beep ones are gone, guys. Don't have to worry about that. We've talked about that enough. That you try some new things. Some things,
Yeah.
Well,
because that was through Fiverr.
Some of them were, and then some of them were from the original company.
Because the new ones don't like. I find the beep ones, they're sensory overload.
Yeah, it was too much
for me.
For our potential audience, for our ideal audience and listener and viewer and our community members, right? So yeah, so the beep ones are going to be, there might be a couple of more, but I may not even use them. So yeah, and we'll talk about that in a second, Mitch. So it was disappointing, big time.
Yeah.
So they're gone. They didn't like that I dropped them, but here's the deal: when you want me to spend a metric shit ton of money on your service and you make promises, you better fucking deliver. Because like Chris Dixon said, hire fast and fire faster, and it wasn't even remotely worth the cost.
Well, so, and that was a lot of it, is that they made a whole bunch of promises that they
didn't fulfill.
They couldn't keep.
Yeah.
So,
and if I'd have stuck with them, would they have maybe worked out a little better? I don't know, but it doesn't matter. I made my choice.
Yeah,
we're gone.
And the videos were poor quality. And honestly, I think Charlotte could have did better videos.
They really were. And then they had troubles getting the content. And so then they had to reach out to me and they're like, hey, can you help us with this? And I'm like,
I'll just do it myself.
That rubbed me the wrong way. So they're gone. Now you guys are going to see, because here's the deal. The thing about my short form content is, you're not going to, for the most part, you're never going to get anything new from my short form. The short form is digestible bites for everyone else to be attracted to what we do in the workshop. So, and like kind of tastes for people to come in and join our community, right? And so feel free to watch them. I love
without
that
the
you
dings.
do. Yeah, without the dings. So yeah.
Yeah, Haas doesn't like the dings.
Yeah, exactly.
They are very irritating. Like when like if you're in sensory overload or something, it's really irritating. It's kind of like a constant door buzzer or something. It's I didn't like them. I
just want to shout out, Backwoods Butcher said, I've been trying to Kyle, you guys, if you're not following, and I'm not doing this because he paid me or anything, but Kyle, you've been knocking it out of the park with your TikToks lately. There was one, I love the trend where, I forget what it is. There's a woman that says, like, what does a woman want or something? He's like, I don't know. But then he answers it with, here's how you cut up some meat. It was fucking awesome. It was great, man. So his stuff, it's been enough that it's jumped out and grabbed me. So you're doing great. Yeah. Dixon says nothing new from Tim Shorts. Nope. Pretty much know what you're going to get there, brother. And yeah, so Nate said, hire one of the kids. But yeah, to do the dance. Haas said, maybe do a dance, Kyle, like the Charlie chick. Who's the Charlie?
Oh, is that Charlie
D'Amelio?
D'Amelio?
Yeah. So anyway, so the shorts are out there. I love that you watch them, share them, if you want to. But the main idea right now is that shorts are a really effective way to grow something. And so I'll give you a full report after the end of this month when I've done. So you're going to probably see about 4 shorts a day from me now, because it took me an hour last night. Did I say I was an hour and I got 32 shorts?
I don't know. Right? You were down here for 6 hours.
So. Yeah. That's pretty much always how I am. So anyway, I'll give you guys a full report on Opus next week. And in a month, I'll give you a full report on how the shorts are going. But for me, that's what it is. It's a way to pull people in, right? And hopefully it works. Well, no, it is working, and I know it will. I know you are pissing a couple people off, though, in the comments if you read them. Yeah? Yeah, they're like, oh, and dude went ahead and showed us nothing. It's like, duh, that's a short. Yeah. Whatever. I ain't worried about it. You're not going to get everything. I know, right? But you just took the time to answer. Yeah. Go to YouTube and my dad would just stupid. Well, then I didn't make it for you, brother. So have a nice night. Here's your sign. So we got a handshake agreement for the business. Yep. They're going to the lawyer. I kind of mentioned that already, but it's pretty exciting. Yes. basically done. Nothing's done until the final letter is signed, but
you're getting the labels changed on the truck.
Yep.
So
I've ordered. So actually, it's kind of cool.
Did they send them yet?
Like to let us know they have it?
No, like she was going to redo it for you.
Oh yeah, she hasn't sent them yet, but
Okay.
We're just taking out the all seasons maintenance from the logo, and it's going to turn into Toolman Tim's workshop.
Yep.
Toolman Tim's property management.
Yes.
So it's cool. It's fun. It's neat. It's a dream that we've worked our asses off for. So that's this week in the workshop. We've done a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a couple of announcements. I need to make sure I get these dates right, guys. And they're more of discussion points for everybody in the group here. So we are having a workshop. Okay, let's start with the one that Brian made today. So we set a date, and I can't find the link. So we're having a work day on the Tennessee property. No, I pinned it in our group here. So let's bring it up. There we go. All right. So Brian, I'm going to read it. So you guys, anyway, the work day at Tim's property in Tennessee will be Thursday, October 12th. Come for the day, or primitive walk-in tent camping will be available for the overnight as well. Food and drink provided. Work list will be developed based on property progress before the date. But building community is our biggest goal. So, and that is the truth. So we're going to be there that whole day, the Thursday. So it's the Thursday before Self-Reliance Festival.
We'll probably be around a couple days before.
We will, yeah. But this is going to be the organized day where everybody can show up.
Because I fly in when?
The 9th.
The 9th.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be in Camden.
Yeah, we'll be in and around, and we'll be working. But
yeah,
I wanted it to be close enough to SRF so that you could just come for a day before if you want to come. And yeah, we're gonna work it. It all depends on how much Brian and I give us. Like basically how much we get done before everybody else shows up. So Haas says, "Oh shit, yeah." So yeah,
by Camden.
Yeah,
yep.
Becky and I bought 10 acres in the woods, 40 minutes south of Camden, Tennessee.
And I'm sure if people wanted to come a couple days before and tent camp on there, you're more than welcome to.
More than welcome to.
Like it's not gonna like it'll be free.
No, yeah, it'll be free.
There's no amenities or anything, but
I just won't promise that I'll be there. We should be there.
Oh, we'll be there. Yeah, like we'll be around. But but feel free if you're coming to SRF and you want a tent camp for a couple days beforehand, by all means, just let us know, and we'll let Brian know because he's around that area. And
yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be great. And so everybody's wanted to we've wanted to have a get together. We wanted to do it kind of adjacent to Self-Reliance Festival. So we'll get some work done. I'm sure there'll be lots of drinking, but there'll be lots of fellowship. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm sure we could find you. You might not be able to get it in the woods yet, but you'll be able.
You'll be able to go up that back road because we have to talk to that one couple, and they will let us use the road to get up in there.
Yeah. So Cabot says, "What about a small teardrop trailer? We can make it work. We'll make it work.
We'll make it work." And because like where we are, there's a couple roads, and we've already spoke to the one couple,
right? And
they said it's no problem. We use their property to go on the login road. And we just have to talk to one more guy, and she said that he doesn't have a problem.
Should be okay, but we want to make sure. Yeah.
Yeah, we just want to make sure that we're not stepping on anybody's toes.
So yeah, that'll be October the 12th. Did I say? Yeah, October the 12th. Everybody who comes to a workshop meetup in 2023 gets a special, super secret, exclusive patch.
Okay, and patch. I was going to have you say gift. I was like, I don't know about any gift.
Yeah, no. So we are going to build a cabin there for now, and we're going to build more as we go. But
we need something. We need something started.
Yeah.
So that I can ship his butt down there and get things going, so he has somewhere to stay, so that he's not racking up a whole bunch of credit card bills in a hotel.
So
that's basically
Mitch. You're going to hopefully be excited. Maybe anyway. In a second, I'm going to tell you something that you might be excited about. So anyway, so that's the first one. So we are going to do that. That is close to the tail end of my month down in the States, which is awesome. I'm looking forward to it. You'll be there probably too, won't you, at the work day? Some?
Oh, no, I'll be there.
Property? Yeah, you'll be there.
As long as it's not too hot, because the sun really bothers me. But no, I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there on the 9th. What am I going to do? Sit in the hotel room while everybody's out there? No.
That is true. Yeah. So
not that much of a dick.
So it's going to be fun. We'll have a great time. Brian will be there.
And someone's got to cook.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe Renegade Butcher will be there. I don't know who all's showing up, but lots of people have talked about it.
I'm sure Carrie will be there.
Carrie should be there. Yeah, So the reason I say this is in the Telegram group, there's a link to the workshop get together.
Can you put it in here?
Yep, I think I can if I can figure out how to do it while I'm talking and not make too much dead air. There we go. So this is the first one, guys.
Is that?
This is
that's the wrong one.
That's the wrong one. Okay, hang on.
No, you got to go up higher, I think.
Yeah. All right. So we actually have two things on the go here. There it is. So I'm going to put the link out here for you guys. This is the Telegram group for anybody who might be interested in coming to that. It's just going to be a place where we can like just hash over ideas. It'd be nothing serious, but it's going to be the type of group that'll probably stay dormant for 11 months of the year. And then when we're planning a get together, we will do that there. So that's the first announcement or the first discussion thing. So if anybody's interested, come on down. We're going to have a good time. Now, the second one that I just finalized, and by finalized, I mean basically a couple of different dates, or not dates, details that we had hammered out earlier tonight. So Nate and I am leaving in the middle of September to head down.
I think we said this. It's
going to be a little earlier, a day or two earlier, I think, because so I'm going to be spending 2 nights at Nate and Aaron's place in Illinois. And so on the 16th of September, we are going to have a workshop get together at Nate and Aaron's place in, how do I pronounce it? Hinckley, Illinois.
I can't see.
I don't know where it is here. Hinckley. There it is. Hinckley, Illinois. So yeah. So there it is. So we're going to be having a workshop get together that evening as well. We're going to have an outdoor kind of a tent. We're going to have food and drinks. And Aaron says, woohoo! Yeah. So please, if you're anywhere near there, it'll be worth getting together. I know sometimes it can be a drive depending on which direction you're coming from, but we love getting together with people, and we'll sit and talk all night. I know you won't be there, but I will be there, and it's going to be fun. So, and I'll have the super secret only in-person patches for everybody there as well. So it's kind of cool. And Nate, so there is, he just posted a link for that.
I did.
And so there, this is the Workshop Illinois meetup. Oh, and I'm going to copy and paste this one for you guys. So if anybody wants to join, it's roughly in that area. I think Mitch did I read that right? He's in the Minnesota, Wisconsin area. So definitely, if you can make it, great. And Nate says they can accommodate camping as well. Perfect. And Cabot says, is your plan to abandon Canada? As someone in the U.S., I follow you. Viva and Ian Runkle. Viva has relocated.
I wish.
My daughter asked me that about once a week. Charlotte's like, Dad, if you had the choice, I'm like, the U.S. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah. She goes, I know you would. It's not that easy. It's just we're not ready for that yet.
No,
we have all the businesses
and they
here,
actually do make it very difficult.
Yeah, and rightfully so, because you don't want just any old Yahoo coming in your country and moving in and taking over your resources. So I'm cool with that. So for the time being, we have land that we can spend 6 months minus a day on each year, and and looks like I'm just going to have to spend an entire month driving around the continent, because Kyle says we could end up having one in the Northeast as well. I bet John Dowie would show up. He would love that if we can get him away from work for a bit.
So that's Maine.
New Hampshire. Yeah, close to Maine, but yeah.
Well, John's in Maine, right?
New Hampshire.
Oh, he's okay.
Yeah, he or is he? Yeah. He's in New Hampshire, but he used to live in Massachusetts. I think. Okay. Yeah. So we will at some point. So this will be good. So those are the two big things that we have coming up that I wanted to bring up tonight, so you guys would be aware. And obviously there's no cost for it.
Yeah.
Food and drinks will be provided at Nate and Aaron's as well. I'm sure I'll have a few bottles of bourbon with me, as long as we haven't drank them by the time everybody shows up. But yeah, it'll be he can see Maine from his driveway. There you go. But yeah, so I'm excited about those get-togethers. And one more thing here, and then we'll get to the main topic. We're only 45 minutes in, and
whatever.
Yeah, no, it's great. Okay, so Mrs. Cook, we have 10,000 subscribers coming up soon.
Okay.
Probably 6 weeks or less. So I wanted to ask you and everybody else out there, what should we do for a 10,000 subscriber celebration or something? I don't know. Like, do I do a TikTok dance, or do we do a giveaway, or I don't know. What's everybody else think we should do for 10,000 subscribers? Because
why don't we do another movie trivia night with some giveaways?
We could, but they'll have to be kick-ass. The problem is, based on my kind of predictions and forecasting, it's probably going to be about the time I'm in prepper camp when we hit 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah, but we can still think.
We can, or we could do it when I get home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we could I don't know.
Or we could do it just before.
Yeah, but it'd be kind of weird celebrating something that hasn't happened yet, right? So
yeah, but that could happen in 3 days. You don't know.
Well, you know what? Let's put it this way. I'm going to keep pushing the shorts like crazy. Mitch says do the movie. Okay, we win. Or you win, guys. There you go.
I love the movie trivia.
Who doesn't love the movie trivia? So we will have.
We won't like because we're doing one in Halloween,
right?
And that'll be like horror movies and stuff.
Yep.
But we'll just do like a hodgepodge of different things.
Yeah. Okay, that's what we'll do then. We'll have a movie trivia night for 10,000 subscribers and give away some silver. Well, I will give away some silver.
Well, that'll be the grand prize of the movie trivia.
Don't know if I have any custom silver we can give away. We'll see.
You know what though? We can come up with like a really, really, like whoever gets the highest.
Sure. It'll be. I will promise that the biggest prize will be worth some. It'll be good. Yeah. It'll be a good. We'll have a few prizes, but I'm gonna keep some eye out for some things at some stores, and it'll be good. And I don't mind giving away some silver if we have it, but I've only got a couple of, Haas says the last movie night was a blast. You know what?
It was fun. I love movie trivia. And
Cabot says do a Tim and Becky trivia contest. Oh, dear God.
Oh,
that would be fun though.
Friends are secrets.
Yeah. So Haas says put a poll. I might put a poll out anyway, just to see if people.
Well, if we want to do the movie trivia, we can always put a poll on what type of movie trivia.
That's true. Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Because, I don't know about anybody, but I love the nostalgia stuff.
Oh, sure.
But we can do horror or I'm not going to say comedies because I hate comedies.
Let's not do horror yet because we want. I want to save horror.
I say we just do a hodgepodge.
Okay.
Yeah, and and we'll I don't know. We'll think of a really good way to give away some silver. Yeah, it'll be fun. The prizes will be kick ass. It'll be great for 10,000 subscribers. It better be. I don't know. Anyway, we'll figure something out. So maybe a couple empty rolls of toilet paper. I don't know. They were worth a lot back in the day. Oh yeah. No, it'll be good. We'll make it worth everybody's while. So okay, I'm down with that. So that's what we'll do. We'll do a movie trivia, but I will post some different options when we come up with it. We'll do a poll on the YouTube channel because people love those polls. Yeah, we've been doing them. I got like 83 responses on the one the other day. Nice. Yeah. So we're doing what we can to grow the community, guys, because the more people we have in here, the more reach we have, the more circular economy we can build. And and if you put a poll out, then we can set up a date. Yes. And hopefully we can get as many people. Aaron says 10,000 rolls of toilet paper. No, that's my toilet paper. Yeah. There's probably that many in the bathroom next to us. So it's mine. I have a problem. Yeah. No. People used to say we had a problem until COVID hit. Yeah. And then all of a sudden they said, who's laughing now? Could we borrow some of your problem, please? Yeah. And we said, well, you can actually have it because we don't want it back after you use it. So. Yeah. So, okay. We came in tonight because last weekend or 2 weekends ago, we got talking about your wonderful mop that just is awesome. My and I'm still using it and I still love it just as much as the first time I used it. It's wonderful. Aaron says she still has toilet paper from 2020. We probably are close to it. We've probably gone through it all now. Yeah, because we cycle it out. Yeah. So we decided we would go through a few of Becky's favorite pieces of household Amazon gear. Stuff I use too. And it's not all my favorite. I have a couple negatives in there. Oh, true. Yes. So couple don't waste your money on products. The links aren't in the description yet because I didn't know what they were going to be until we get down here. So I will put them in after. They'll be in the podcast and in this replay. But it should be fun. So I managed to get a few of them up on the screen before we went live. So I'm going to bring things up and we'll share. And because Chris said, what did he call it? Household tools review? Household tool reviews, I think is what we called it. I think so. Yeah. So let's share, add to stream. So we're going to start with this one right here. You are a goof. Okay. I love you. No. So these you said items that are mine. Yes. Okay. And this is going to be one we don't use, or we do? You go ahead. You tell. So this describe it for people on audio, Mrs. Cook. Okay, so this is what it's a small dog stroller. All of it. Yeah.
So
okay.
we went from 20 live viewers down to 3 all at once.
Oh,
No,
shut
I'm
up.
just kidding. Go ahead, sweetie.
So I have it in purple because before we got Angus, all my dogs are female. But we have it actually, like, I could compare it to a baby stroller. It works really good on all terrain. But the reason why we have it is because we have a dog that has a collapsing trachea. So and she loves to walk, she really does, but she can't have anything around her neck. And when she walks too much, she gets a hard time where she can't catch her breath, and she gets pretty upset. So what we do is
you mean you.
What I do, we walk her a little bit.
Yeah.
And also it zips up because we have a 3-legged asshole cat that will follow us when we're walking, and he screams at us the entire way. So I throw him in the stroller with Pepper. I zip them up and we walk with them, and it allows her to get outside and get some fresh air. And she does walk and stroll. It's just because when she gets with her trachea issue, I don't want this poor dog passing out on me, and I don't want to get any worse. And it actually is scary when she starts her dry heaving. And
she's been doing it for a long time.
She has, and she absolutely does try walking, but we can't put collars on Chihuahuas because they are prone to
we have
tracheas.
nice harnesses for them.
Yeah, but her harness does push into her trachea, so we just and it was
great for if you had an older dog that you want to get outside and walk with some more. It is really nice for that kind of stuff.
Well, it is, and there are some older dogs out there that it folds down just like an infant stroller, and like it has a little basket, so like you can carry. I just throw my poop bags and everything in there, but like it does work really good to like even if you have an older dog that can't do a lot of walking, and it's really good because like it does hurt their pride when they can't do that stuff, right? And
look at that dog. He's obviously photoshopped, but he looks a little too big.
No, I wouldn't go any bigger than 20 pounds. But
Kyle says they had a 15-year-old blind diabetic Chihuahua that had a stroke.
Right?
I had an uncle like that.
and that's the thing. Like, and poor Pepper, she does love walking. She really does, but
she has a hell of a time doing it.
She does have a hell of a time doing it. So I got this for her, and she loves it. Like, I won't take it out. I won't take them out in the heat.
No.
Because the heat really does bother her, and actually I think it triggers it more. So, but in the fall and stuff, we walk her with it, and it's great.
So here's the other thing is we have a bunch of dogs, and most of them will walk. But Pepper has trouble, so we like to bring her along with us. And also,
out of all of them, she's the one that loves walking the most. She just can't do it.
She gets overexerted really quick.
Well, and she's kind of chubby too.
So Cabot wants to know a little bit more. And we're talking about dog strollers this evening, but we can do our best. Demena, D-M-E-N-A, just said, "Can you help me with an electrical question?" We can do our best. Ask away, and we will try to answer it. But yes, you go right ahead. And Cabot, while you're asking your electoral question, Cabot wants to know more about the 3-legged asshole pirate cat. Said it's a pirate because it's on a peg leg.
No, actually, our pirate cat's Maui. He's missing his front left leg.
Yeah, and his tail.
And he is probably like I know people are gonna think it's really weird, but I swear this cat can talk. He does tell me no when I tell him things, and he is so mouthy and he's so loud and obnoxious. And when you're walking down the road and you have this cat yodeling behind you like someone's trying to kill it, it's kind of embarrassing a little bit because he doesn't stop.
No.
So
he's been picked up by animal control before because they thought he was injured. But
they throw him in. He's been in he's been in cat jail before because he just doesn't shut up.
No.
So
it came on the girl's birthday. We found him mangled in the front garden.
Yeah.
The vet figures he was sleeping up under
somebody's motor in their car.
Motor, yeah. And the fan belt caught him. So that's what happened. So in case you're wondering why Maui's a pirate cat. But he can still sometimes climb on the roof.
He climbs trees and he climbs on top of, but when we're walking, he can't keep up with us. So he gets louder.
Yeah.
And he gets louder. So we're just like, so I throw him in the stroller and he gets pissed off, but he still gets to go for a walk with us. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, so you said you're walking down the road chased by an obnoxiously loud 3-legged cat.
Exactly.
You Yeah, that's exactly it.
And when it's really hot, he'll run and then he'll flop on the ground like someone just shot him, and he's panting and yodeling at the same time. He's not one of those cats that will follow you for 10 or 15 feet and then give up. He doesn't give up. He doesn't stop.
Yeah, no.
And he will literally follow me for hours doing that. And
he does his best,
because he's so obnoxious. And he doesn't give up.
So what do you think of this chair, darling?
Anybody who came to anybody that came to LFTN seen my
did we have that at, we did, and we had it at Thrivalist Fair as well.
I did. This is my Kuma outdoor lazy bear chair.
It's supposedly heated.
It is heated.
Have we ever actually tried it?
Oh yeah,
we did.
I did have it, and then you took it out to put the batteries in, and I never got it back.
We never get the battery back in.
So it has a little button on the inside, and you press it, and it heats the bottom of it. Because
there's a button right there.
Yeah, so even in the middle of the summer, if I'm sitting outside, I have I get cold really easy, so I have my propane heaters on, and then I've got my heated chair. But it is probably the most comfy chair I've ever had, and I bought this
2 years ago. 3 years ago? Yeah.
Say
we're on Amazon.
Might stay on my picture. I think I bought it 2 years ago.
But the chairs, so I have an unheated version because I create my own heat most of the time, and they're really comfy. And they're sturdy. I like them better than some of the Walmart ones we've had in the past.
And I have this one set up on my back deck with a little gray ottoman.
Yep.
So I have my ottoman, I have my chair, and I have my propane heaters. And
because you get cold easy.
Because I do get cold easy, and
because it is Canada.
But it's a beautiful chair, and I know it can be a little pricey, but it actually is a really good investment especially if you like sitting outside.
But this is definitely the third summer we've had it,
and it's
faded a little.
And if you're
but
not
it's held
stupid
up really well.
like we are, and you don't throw away the carrying case,
right?
It's actually very easy to carry.
Yeah,
when you have the case, because we took it to Bill Burr, and I was carrying it with in my arm, and it is heavy, but if you have the case and you throw it over your shoulder, it's not so bad.
And they're stout, like they hold up really well.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no flex or bend. They're sturdy when you sit.
And they're comfy too.
Yeah.
The only problem I have with it is that there's no ventilation in the back. Yeah. So like if you're sitting out there and it is a really, really hot day, you don't get any ventilation in the back, and it overheats your back a lot. But other than that, it's a really, and it has like a thing on the side to hold your cans of pop or your beer or whatever.
And the cool thing, so if you're wondering how it works, it just has a USB power bank.
Yep.
That you could actually pull out and use for a phone if you needed to.
Yeah.
But
if I ever get it back.
Yeah, it just zips in underneath, and I actually think it's in the drawer in the kitchen. So
is it? Yeah.
Yeah. And Demina says, I have a few outlets and lights that are out in one of my lobbies. Someone tried to use a regular plug for a big portable heater. Can't find which breaker is tripped because no label. Oh, that can be tough when you don't have a. So if you're wondering
very
how
big commercial building, a lot of breakers that are not labeled. Some are already off, so don't know why though.
Okay, so my recommendation would be to go get a Klein circuit tracer. Home Depot did carry them, but I did read the other day that they're doing away with Klein tools.
Unless she needs it like right away.
But this is going to be your best way to find what breaker it is. Like, I mean, if you're somewhere where Home Depot is still open, let me bring it up and I'll show you what it looks like. So this is how because my old house here, nothing was labeled on the breaker panel at all. And it was, this was a really good thing. So let me show you. Okay. So this is a 2-part piece right here. So this piece will plug into one of the plugs. So like one of the plugs that doesn't have power right now, and it will send a signal back to the breaker. And you take this wand, you turn it on, and you run it up and down your panel until you find the one that beeps. And that's where it picks up the signal. And that will help you find. There's other ways you could do this for sure, but this is the safest and quickest way to do it. But take your time, because sometimes you'll get a false signal. But I bought one of these. It was $70 in Canada, so it's probably like 14 American. But it really does work. It's the absolute best. So, and if you ever need to find a circuit for a light, what you do is you go buy yourself an adapter that screws into a light socket, that will take a plug, and then you can do the exact same thing. So I don't know if that's 100%, but that is what I used, and it'll work great. I've watched guys, before I bought this, I watched reviews of guys doing it in big commercial buildings, because you don't want to just randomly go through nilly-willy and click a whole bunch of breakers off, right? So
yeah. Unless it's something that you need to get done really, really quickly, then it's probably your best.
I mean, if you're in an area where you could go pick up a circuit tracer tonight, because the one in Lloydminster, for instance, is still open for another hour. So if you're on Mountain Time or somewhere else, you might still have time to pick one of these up tonight. But that's the thing I use for trying to trace down circuits. Other than that, yeah, it's yeah. So it says, and it can show you more or less without the outlet having power, right? And so yes, it can, as long as it's not an open circuit somewhere. So if somebody plugged something in and it blew a wire off of a plug, then you're going to need to get an electrician in. That's what happened in Dosetville that time when, so, and it might be, but my guess is it just overloaded the circuit, popped the breaker. So you're going to plug that in, and yes, you can do it without the breaker turned on. $50 US. Thanks, Mitch. I appreciate it. So it wasn't too far off. Yeah. So plug it in, and then you just, you open up your panel and you run that wand slowly down every breaker in every panel until it beeps, and make sure 2 or 3 times you find it. And then that'll help eliminate 90% of your breakers. What I found was I got a false rating once or twice, but usually if you kind of move it around, you'll find the one that has the real strong signal. Because what that plug right here does is it sends right there. That's the type of thing. So you see how he's going up and down the different circuits. That's what you do right there. So it works. It's a lifesaver, literally and figuratively. I love all of Klein's electrical tools, and for $50 US, yeah, it'll do the trick for you for sure. So I hope that helps, because that's the answer that I would tell you. Because it's a lot cheaper than getting an electrician.
Oh, yes.
Especially for a commercial building, so.
The electrician, probably like what, $150 an hour?
Oh, at minimum, you know, so. Yeah. So next, so also, just so you guys don't think we jump out on you early, we have to end the live stream in about a half hour, don't we?
No, 9 o'clock.
Okay. So we got a little while yet, because we have to show a rental tonight.
Yes.
So, which is fine,
I told her we'd meet her at 9.
9. Okay. So we're good then, right? So, all right. So this is the next one, baby doll. What is this?
This is a large cotton rope basket. Now, I bought this on, this is one of those TikTok made me buy it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I seen this on TikTok, and of course, when you see it on a video, you're just like, oh, well, there's no way it's that big.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, then it went on. I ordered it one last year. It was on sale for Prime Days. I think I got it for $14, and I ordered it, and it showed up, and they are massive, and they work. I have one of them in the living room. I put the dog toys in.
Yep.
And then Alice has one in her room for a laundry hamper.
Yep.
And
they're huge.
And they're
huge. I can't explain how big these things are.
Well, and if anybody uses laundry hampers, I find Alice has gone through 4 or 5 hampers because the wires snap in them.
Mm-hmm.
This has no wires, and it's big enough to hold a lot, but it's also small enough that like our 13-year-old can carry it.
Yep. But it has a nice flat bottom.
But
you can also collapse it if you need to.
And they're sturdy.
Yeah.
And they don't rip. And
I realize we've had this for over a year, haven't we?
No, the first one's been over 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and it hasn't ripped, and they're easy to clean if you need to clean them out. And I just love them.
Yeah.
They're really, really good.
And you can also do you can throw them down the stairs like I do.
Yep.
And they won't break.
They don't break. There's no wires or anything. So no, show your wife. She'll love it. And it's $24.99.
Yes.
Right.
So Demina asks, can you explain more about the breaker being blown and may need an electrician part? Pretty sure I have these issues in a different part of my building. No, you're good. You don't apologize for going off topic. That's what we're here for. We can answer people's questions. Fuck, we've so okay. Here's how you know the difference, Demina. And you may know, and I'm sure I'm mispronouncing the name, but whatever, So it is okay. So and the problem is you may not know until you test your breakers, because the difference, if you have a circuit that's open like that, your plugs will work on that circuit until they get to that one plug. And then everything past it. Remember, hun, we had a plug in the ceiling light in the dining room. Nothing would work. So if that happens, and it's pretty rare, then you'll have I guess it's an open circuit, I think they call it, and you'll have power at each plug until you get to the one that's broken, and then you won't have power beyond that. So my guess is it's just somebody who blew the breaker from having too heavy of a space heater or something in there. So yeah, it would said, I've seen your other videos and I bought so much tools off you. Would love this kind of info live from the boss himself. Thank you very much. You guys, Jesus, it's pretty cool. Hey, I don't know why but thank you. So so honestly, start by trying to trace back the circuit. And when you find the one that is broken, or sorry, the one that is tripped, and here's the thing, you can look at all those, and sometimes a breaker that's tripped doesn't look like it's tripped, because I've told you this before, right, baby? Because it pops, but it doesn't really set itself. So what you need to do is find it, turn it off, turn it back on, maybe turn it off and back on again. That's what my old Robert electrician, he told me. But you're better off to trace it first with a circuit tracer. But by being blown out like that, we've had that happen before. And that's just where something gets overloaded. And that's usually just because some shitty DIY electrician didn't hook things up right. If things are hooked up properly, the wire should never blow off of a plug like that. And
when it's a blown breaker too, it's like with all of them, it could be a pain. Because I know myself personally, I've come down and looked at breakers and they look like they're not, and it's just enough. Yep. And
if they're old, sometimes they don't show up at all. They just trip.
And don't pull the laziness that I do. Whenever before he labeled them all, I just come down and I turn off the main switch and flick everything back on, because I'm lazy to find the breakers. I'm like, oh, I know where the main power switch is. And
that's why I labeled everything.
But before you did, that's what I did. I just, the main powers, that was it.
So
have to reset every clock in the house.
Here's another thing. Demina, that's what I'm going to call you. I don't know if that's right. But so if this is a big workplace and you have a safety committee, I was always on the safety committee, and your breakers aren't labeled, you need to put that in your safety committee notes. And I'm not a big fan of any of that shit, but safety committee at work is a voluntary thing, and you want to save somebody from getting hurt. So put it in, whoever your safety person is, get them to put it in the notes and say, hey, our breakers need to be labeled.
Yeah. I don't know. Do they have OH, occupational health and safety down there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Linda says her audio keeps going out. I don't think anybody else having trouble with audio. Nobody's complained yet. So
because if it's a big commercial building and you have businesses, that could be an occupational health and safety.
So just mention it. Mention it to your safety guy. Get it on your notes and be done with that. So,
and that might be an electrician that comes in and has to do that.
Yes,
if it's a lot of breakers.
Definitely. Yeah, you don't want to be messing with that. Nobody else having audio issues. So
it's probably your Wi-Fi, Mom.
Yeah, it's user error. Loud and clear. Hey, Arizona Renaissance man, good to hear you guys. No worries at all. But it could be. It might be Wi-Fi, or it could be your hearing aids are busted. I don't know. Could you? That's my mother-in-law, guys. Just so you know. So, but get somebody in to label those breakers, because that is a safety issue.
Yeah, it is.
And you know what? If it's your, and that is true. Nate says OSHA causes more problems than they help. They sure do.
But you know what, though? They do cause more problems, but they are good.
They can be what
some things they are really good. Like I have that in daycare that we've started, like, because we have to have like WMIS and everything too. But
that's a local safety committee. That's
it is. I know, but the thing is, like, but like they're a pain in the ass, but they're good in some ways too.
Yeah.
Right. Because the last thing you want is one of your employees going and frigging with breakers and getting electrocuted, right? Because not only would you feel like a bag of shit, then now you're on the hook for like a potential lawsuit.
Yeah, and that's why I said get your safety committee to deal with it, because then you do it in-house, it's fixed, and you don't have to worry about anybody getting your pee slapped. So
exactly.
Yeah,
they do love to slap those.
Oh, don't they ever? Oh man.
Same with health committees, they love slapping.
What do we got here? Okay. What do we got next there, darling?
So these are, I
realized I've opened all the pet ones. You had a bunch of non-pet ones, and every one of them's a fucking dog thing.
Well, this is a good thing for people who have dogs with anxiety. Okay, because I know well, our dogs are smaller, so I have to use cat collars on our guys, and they all come with a little bell. So we have one dog who goes around and rips the bells off of all the dogs' collars because the sound drives her insane. So now when I put the collars on, I have to rip the bells off. So we can't have any of the jingly tags,
Right.
Because it scares the dogs and they don't like it, and our one gets really worked up. So I found these, and they're silicone, and they slide over the collar, and it's a little metal piece, and they will engrave it.
Yep.
So we engrave it with our name, address, and both phone numbers, and it just sits flat on their collar, so the dogs don't even know it's there.
Yeah,
so
and it's snug, so there's a lot less for it to get caught on. Also, it doesn't. Predators don't know they're there as much because they're not being alerted by predators. You know
exactly.
what I mean? So,
and it is really, really good. Like I said, it's good for dogs with high anxiety that can't handle the jingling.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I never personally bought it, but Gracie bought one for her guys, and it's a flat, and it holds an air tag.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
And it's flat on the collar, so she can, because she has two. Well, she has one dog that can scale her fence, and he's a runner, so she has to have an air tag on him. But again, it's quiet, so it's not jingling or anything, so it doesn't scare them.
Yeah,
yeah,
and it's nice. The only one that managed to chew it off was Angus once.
Well, and it's not chew proof.
Right.
That is one thing. It is not. Because it is silicone.
Oh, Haas says they have a Chihuahua as a shaker, always nervous.
Then this would be perfect because it doesn't make any noise, and it just sits flush on their collar, and it doesn't irritate them, doesn't get in the way or anything. And then you're able to have your phone number and address on there.
It's really, and it fits on those cheap, thin little collars that we give them. Go ahead.
Sorry.
You're good.
I had to have a cough.
Yeah. So next one is one of my favorites. So does anybody else own one of these? This is a, hey all, snap, what's an air tag? Oh boy, we're going to go down that. So let's.
Don't have air tags in this? We have air tags.
Yeah, but just K-Bonk may not have heard of them.
Oh, okay. Well, so an air tag, it's a round little, I guess you could say, it looks like a giant battery.
Right.
And you can connect it to your iPhone. And it allows you to, it's kind of like, find my phone.
Yeah.
So like I bought it when we went to England, and I put it in everybody's purses so that everyone had an air tag, so that if we got separated, I could track them. And some people put it in their luggage so that they know their luggage shows up at the airport. Our daughter uses it for her dog, and you can buy the collar so it fits, so that when her dog scales the fence and runs, she can track him by the air tag.
So there's a couple caveats you need to know about these. And the first one is they don't transmit through GPS or anything like that. They run kind of like a mesh network. They run in the background of any Apple connected device that has Bluetooth enabled. So basically, anytime this tag is within distance of an Apple phone that has Bluetooth turned on, it will transmit without anybody knowing a little piece of data telling you where it is. It's kind of like a mesh network, sort of. They have neutered it quite a bit since it first came out because they were worried about stalkers and things like that. But Backwoods Butcher says, my buddy's wife hid one in his truck. They're no longer married.
Yeah, well, it can be used for that too, but she uses it for her dog.
Yeah. So they're cool. They're neat. We have a few. I had originally looked at using these for a video on tracking a stolen generator, but I wasn't really happy with the results. There's a few reasons. One was I didn't have a heated garage at the time. They don't like the cold, but they're cool. They're a much less expensive version of a GPS tracker. They don't have GPS
bring up
built in.
The dog collar air tag.
All right. So we'll go back to this one. So dog collar air tag. So this will show you what this is here, guys.
Yeah, that's the one that Oliver has there.
There you go. So that same type of thing, quite a bit bigger. It's silicone, and you can put a tracking tag in it. So
yeah, and it works really good if you have a runner.
Yeah.
And you're always chasing said runner.
Did I post? There you go. So this is the hamburger, the meat chapper.
So I bought this because I've said before, I had issues with my hands. So, but it works really, really good for grinding up hamburger, especially if you like the small little pieces. If you're like doing taco meat or like lasagna, hamburger meat, it works and it does get it really fine.
I called you in England. I didn't call her, but she was in England.
He was so excited.
And I'm like, honey, I just cooked hamburger. It's the first time I've used your meat chopper, and this thing is friggin' incredible.
Yeah.
He says, I wonder if they work on rabbits. They might.
Actually, I've seen people use it for chicken.
Okay.
Like if they've cooked chicken in like a slow
and they want to break it up.
They break it up. They use this and it chops it all up.
Because so sometimes we'll cook hamburger that hasn't quite thawed out in the middle. So, you throw it in the microwave and it's got a little hard freezing in the inside. This is great for breaking that up. But I don't know if anybody else has ever done the game where you take a spatula and you're like you're trying to do up lines of Coke or something. And it doesn't matter how long you try to chop it, you never get the hamburger nice and fine. You want that Taco Bell grind.
Yes.
Right? And so this is for $8, and it is, it works great for pulled pork too.
Yeah, and I have seen people use it for potatoes too.
Nate wanted to know. He was talking about the air tags for rabbits. And I was talking about the chopper.
And we're gonna chop up your rabbits with her.
Will it fit in an Instant Pot? Oh yeah.
Yep.
It's only, I don't know, the diameter of it is.
It's only it's about
3 inches wide, maybe 4 inches. No, it wouldn't be 4. 3 inches.
No,
probably.
it's probably about maybe about the same size as a whisk.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
2.5 inches wide, 11 inches tall, and that's what she said.
I've used it in my Instapot.
Yeah,
it works fine.
Not really sure what's going on with that right there, but yeah,
just showing you how to use it.
Sure, that's exactly it. Yes, but yeah, that's it. It's nice. It has a good handle. Hey, NJN2 John, good to have you.
Yeah,
and I threw the affiliate link up there, so. If you want to support the workshop, you can grab it, but you don't have to. But we always appreciate it. But yeah, it's cool. You bought it, and I loved it. And I
love it.
I think it's Tim proof.
I think it is. It's actually built really good, and it's really sturdy, and it's it kind of has to be because like you're chopping really hard, but it just doesn't. It hasn't. You haven't broke it, and we've had it for what, 4 or 5 months.
Yep. So far, so good. So I just wanted to shout out N2 John. It's great to have you. I love that friggin' tie-dyed, insane teddy bear profile picture. But we've seen more new faces in the live streams lately than we have seen.
It's nice.
You want to believe it's nice. I love it. So yeah, great to have you. And Demina says, thanks for the info. You two are the best. Keep being great. We'll always be watching.
Yeah.
That's like Big Brother. They're always watching.
Always watching Wazowski.
Yeah, always watching Wazowski or Wachowski. Yeah. So this was a good one. What do we got next here? Okay. So these are probably my favorite Amazon gadget that we've bought in the last while.
Again, because Tim likes the pink salt.
The pink salt, and I like fresh ground pepper.
So we buy the Kirkland ones.
Yep.
Which has the twisty top. I can't use that because it kills my hands. These, you put the batteries in them, and all you have to do is tip it.
Mm-hmm.
And it grinds it, everything. And then when you put it straight up, turns off.
It has what is the sensor? What do they call that?
I don't know, but they're incredible.
Yeah. So there's no switch involved. It has like a gyroscopic sensor in it, like what's in your iPhone. And so when you flip it upside down, it starts grinding. It has a UV blue light. And what's nice about that is it shows the salt coming out if you put it on the right angle. Yep. So you can see how much salt's coming out. And it just takes 4 AA batteries each one.
I think so, yeah. And the batteries, they last forever.
Well, I thought the batteries had died in the pepper one.
No, you put dead batteries in it.
No, it wasn't that. What it was the one of the pepper grinds had gotten in between and it jammed up. And so it acts like it doesn't work if it jams, right? So I cleaned it out, put it back together in the same battery. And we've had them for about a year, but they're awesome. I just love, and again, one-handed operation.
Yeah. And you don't have, you just tip it and it doesn't take any effort whatsoever.
I mean, look at this advertisement. One-handed automatic operation, LED light. Two-handed, waste time, no LED light. So, I mean, if that doesn't sell you on it, I don't know.
Well,
what
it doesn't waste time, but if you have bad hands,
Oh no, it wastes time. Look at the advertisement; it wastes
but if you
time.
have it's hard on your hands if you can't constantly do that. So it's
Yeah. But to be fair, I kind of like the steak on the wasted time one better. See, if they wasted time, they had longer to slow cook it. But yeah. So yeah, there it is. That one is one of our favorites. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw that link up too, so everybody sees it. So yeah, this has been a really second favorite snow. Hey, Jason. My favorite Tennessee moonshiner. So there's that.
You got words in the middle
I
of
do
it there.
There we go. This is the salt and pepper shakers. Oh my God, I got them right there. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, so grinders. What? No.
And, not grinder.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Grinders.
And I've walked out of fine dining establishments, didn't provide grinders. Fair enough. I totally agree with you, K-Bonk, because, man, if you're going to go sit down in a place and have a nice meal, you better have fresh ground pepper for me. You know?
Yeah.
I don't need none of them Waffle House friggin' 2-inch glass pepper shakers with the pepper that's been in there since Christ was a cowboy. Yeah. So
or remember when you go to the other restaurant, they've got the salt's been in there so long, so they mix rice with it.
Oh yeah.
And it looks like little maggots in your salt.
I could never figure that out when I was a kid.
It's to keep it from clumping.
Yeah.
But it looks like little maggots.
Food trucks always have them.
Yeah.
Too, you know?
Well, that's because they're outside with the humidity and everything. Yeah. So but these are incredible. And honestly, I think these are probably a lifetime purchase.
I hope
like as
so.
long as you treat them good.
Well, they're glass. They're the holding container is totally glass.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So they're totally adjustable as well, and the grinding apparatus is pretty sturdy.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. What do we got next, Marilyn? See how many more we got. Whoops. Was that it?
I think that's all you got up in time.
That was probably all I had up in time. So
okay.
Let's see. I can bring up one or two more here.
You can bring them all up.
Oh yeah. Well, I suppose. Yeah. Well,
I took the time to find these.
Okay. All right. Hang on. So these are screenshots. I don't have time. I wasn't able to bring them up on Amazon. So
okay. So I just purchased these again. This
was a project you wanted to work on.
This was a TikTok made me buy it.
Oh, it was. Okay.
So these are pretty much similar to vinyl flooring,
but thicker.
Yeah. And they have a peel and stick. They have a peel and stick back. And I've done the whole backsplash in the kitchen, and I'm starting in the bathroom. And once you get these on the wall, I had to use a drywall trowel to get them off.
Yep.
They do not come off, and they fit together beautifully. They're nice colors. They're waterproof. Like they're beautiful. Like
I came home anytime Becky has a stressful day, she starts
I have to do something,
a project, and she had the backsplash behind the stove just about done. So now she's got like 3 backsplashes done, and all I need to do is
you need to help me figure out how to cut them, because you have to have like a really sharp something to cut them.
Right.
So because they are thick.
I think I'm going to try the DeWalt oscillating tool for it. I think that'll work really good.
So it's just the little filling in pieces that I need to get done.
But they are awesome.
And they're beautiful too. Like they're a beautiful color, and I think they have like maybe 10, 15 different colors to choose from, and they're actually a really, really good price.
I'm going to bring this over here.
And then you could bring that guy up.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So these are just so how heavy are they, baby?
Well, they come in a box of 100, and I would say the box is probably 10 pounds.
Yeah,
it's
they're
quite
heavy. I remember the lady at the post office didn't like us for them. So here they are. So they're 3x6-inch rustic brick stick-on tiles, and they have a texture like brick. They're a solid 1/4 inch thick, maybe a little more.
And look at all the colors.
But look at that. They're $46.99 regular and a $10 off coupon. So, but they're nice. And you got, I didn't even see any of these colors.
Oh yeah, they're beautiful.
They don't feel like the Dollar Tree, No,
they're not.
Yeah.
And I had like,
so I didn't know you bought this from TikTok. That makes sense.
Yeah. Like, and when you put them on the wall, they're on there.
Right.
Like they are so hard to get off. And so, they're not going anywhere. And I'm putting the white birch in the bathroom right now, and it's beautiful.
I'll bring up another one there. But yeah, so, and then Yeah, the main thing was just getting them. You had to bring some off the wall because you didn't.
Yeah,
have a straight
I went
line or
crooked.
whatever, right?
So,
That's okay.
But now, but like they but like the white birch in the bathroom, and it's funny, I'm not even done. I'm trying to figure out where else I can put them because I like them so much.
Absolutely. I'm gonna bring this one up here. So let's go. I'm gonna close a couple of these out for you guys. There we go. So that was that one.
Yep.
This one is awesome, and I thought this was So Becky and I both do this. It's not like we bust each other's balls, but she buys shit that we never use. I buy shit that I never use. And so we bust each other's balls. We're like, oh, that ain't going to be good. So when you told me you wanted to buy a fountain for the animals,
yes,
I thought like a garden fountain or something. Well, anyway, why is this good?
Well, this one, okay.
It holds a lot of water.
It holds a lot of water, but I am going to backtrack a little bit. I have gone through about 10 of them.
The plastic ones.
This
is different.
This one here is different. If you bring up the picture on the bottom there, not that one, go over a little bit more. Right there. So this one here, the problem that we find with the animals is that this holds a ton of water. So basically, if you're gone all day, you don't need to worry about them running out of water.
Right.
But the filter in the water always gets clunked up. And then it burns out the motor, and then the filter dies, or the motor dies, so it's not pumping the water out anymore. But this one here has a mesh over the filter that collects any debris, so it doesn't get into the
right
fan.
There.
Yeah,
that's the first one, because we have gone through, because these are nice, and it's fresh water. It never sits and gets stagnant, and it holds a metric shit ton of water.
It does.
Yeah.
And now we found that this one here, like, as
stainless is easy to clean because you get that friggin' pet saliva in there.
Yeah, and I always clean it once a week, and
Mm-hmm.
I put and it has, like, I'm not too worried about the filters or anything, but I cleaned it just 2 days ago, and I only had to clean out just a little bit of tiny hair in the motor, whereas the other ones would just be caked, and I had to use Q-tips and to get it all cleaned up. But this one, that little mesh, like, saves the motor.
I've never seen a cat more excited about 304 stainless steel in my life. Look how, he looks,
and our dogs love it.
He looks worried in the picture. I don't know quite.
He's photoshopped in.
Where the hell did the leaves come from? Like, what are they doing there? But he's like, 304 stainless steel and BPA free and quality assurance.
It actually is really good for picky cats about water. We had a cat, Frodo, years ago, and he would only drink water out of a glass goblet on the counter. Remember, it had to be fresh water.
It was because he wanted fresh water.
Yeah. But this here constantly circulates the water, because if you have a cat that likes to drink out of the tap and stuff, that they will love this.
Yeah, and it's stainless steel, and I think.
It keeps it cold too.
Yeah, we've been using it for a few months. It seems better.
It does
than the previous ones.
I've gone through a lot of them to find a really good one, and this one is a really good one.
Oh yeah. So here we go. What's this one, baby? And why do you like this one?
Well, this one is my salad spinner. I don't use it for salad.
Which
I don't.
Again, this is also something I probably thought we wouldn't use.
Yeah. And so what I do is I use it for cleaning berries. Berries and fruit.
And why is that?
Because we do it at the daycare, and I don't know, like, years ago, we never really thought about any of that stuff.
Right.
But now, when you're cleaning your fruit and everything, and because I always clean my fruit with baking soda in the salad spinner, but just try it once. Even with this guy, like, he's only $20. Put your fruit in the basket, sprinkle some baking soda over it, put some cool water in there, and then you pick up the basket and give it a good swish and pull the basket out and look at all the debris and everything that is left in that water. And we did it with the strawberries, and there was actually little bugs in the water. And if you don't wash your fruit, you're eating that.
Yeah.
And plus you don't know what could have, when they're transporting fruit, you don't know what it's exposed to, or what people are spraying and everything. And this here, and then you put it in the basket, you give it a really good spin, it dries your fruit out, and then you put it in a container. And I find it keeps it fresher longer as well.
Let's so
it's like,
because again, you did it at the daycare, didn't you? When you found
we did, and we found that it's getting worse with Like, like I know when you go out to your, like if it's in your personal garden and you're going and picking berries off your plants, you know what you're putting on your plants and you know what they're exposed to. But if you don't know what some of the stuff in the store, and I couldn't believe the little bugs that came off the strawberries. It was really gross. And up till about a couple of years ago, I never really thought about it, right? And then you get more and more into it and you're just like, no.
And like you said, they're disgusting.
Mhm.
Now here's one that we don't like, or that you don't like.
I do not
and I
like.
friggin' hated these things.
So I don't like it for us.
Yeah.
This might work good for a single person.
I
don't know.
Seems so god
They're
unsanitary.
They're not sturdy
no
at all. I bought them because I thought maybe it might work really good for putting lunch meat, or bacon or cheese and stuff like that. But the darn things never stuck together, and they just didn't work for us. And now they're sitting in my cupboard, and I don't know what to do with them.
And they were expensive. Basically, what these are is a 2-section tray that has,
it's like a plastic or
somewhat thick kind of saran wrap in it, and they're just disgusting. They're hard to get clean. They're miserable. Everything. I hate them. I hate it. As soon as you bought them, I knew we were going to hate them.
No,
and they won't seal properly. Like,
don't waste your money on these.
No, go buy yourself. So, some
honestly,
Tupperware
free
containers,
Tupperware or freezer bags, because I thought maybe buying them for the fridge, because like our fridge is a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe it might stack better and it might take up less room, but they're junk. And I wouldn't dare put meat in that and then put it in the freezer. It'd be freezer burnt a month, right?
They suck. And they don't. Oh, anyway.
Yeah. Don't waste your money on these things.
Cabot said never thought about using a salad spinner to wash berries, and I hadn't either. But then you drain the water and you transfer them into a container.
Yeah, and he says that the berries go bad.
They seem to last longer, don't they?
Our berries, since I've been doing this, and you rinse them with cool water and baking soda. I put them in a Tupperware container, and our berries, we bought them last Saturday.
Yeah.
And they were good for a week, and they stayed good.
Yep.
So
and they
I
cleaned
don't know.
up nice.
Yeah.
Nate says freezer bag for the win. I don't bring Tupperware home from work when I take lunch. I used to be bad like that.
Yeah.
Backwood says berries at the store are trash. Says 2 kids under 5 that live off berries.
Our kids live off berries too, but ever since I've been doing this, they do last longer.
And your kids might not like them as much, but you can buy the frozen berries at the grocery store for way cheaper, and they last. You can just pull out a handful at a time.
Yeah, we did that
in the summer.
Well, we did that with Alice because the child lived off of berries, and of course in the winter they're harder to get, right? So we started her on frozen fruit, and it was a little hit and miss, but we find they just last longer. Like I did those raspberries, and they're in a glass container, and they have been in the fridge for about a week, and they are not bad at all. Yeah,
I was impressed, and the blueberries have stayed really good. And K-Bong says, what not to waste your money on Amazon. Good show content also. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. I think we're gonna have to do one of these about once a month, because you've got earlier today when we were trying to decide what to come up with for a show, I said to Mama Bear, I said, hey, make a list of 10 Amazon items that you love, and we'll talk about them. And that's what we did. Because,
is that all of them?
No, I think we've got a couple more. Just give me a second here, and I'll find how we doing for time there, sweet pea.
We're still good.
Okay.
Got a couple, 2 more, I think.
2 more. Okay, we got this one right here. Hang on, we'll bring this up. It is a dog bed.
And I know everybody who homesteads and everything. Everybody has dogs.
Yeah.
Right. So, I found with these, this is an elevated dog bed.
Again, I will admit, when you told me, I said, "There's no way in hell our dogs are going to sleep on this."
Our dogs,
I was wrong.
Love these.
Love them.
And what they're mesh. So if they're out in the rain, the water just goes right through them.
Yep.
Because we did the whole where we were putting dog beds out, and then they get soaked with water, and then they start smelling like mold and must, and then of course our wonderful Dottie decides she has to pee on them to cover the mold and the must. But these mesh dog beds, they're good for dogs that have issues with their hips and their legs, because it keeps them off the ground. and then it allows circulation underneath it too, so that
Right.
they're not overheating. And if they're in a dog house, like they can get heat.
It helps keep them cool.
It does.
Which has been great for this summer. But they're comfy. You can tell the dogs love them.
Yeah.
We've got 2 of them, right?
We got 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're big. So
They are big, yes.
You know, they're, what is the dimensions on this guy?
Well, actually, when it showed up, it was a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
So it's 4 feet by 3 feet. And so 2 of them kind of take up all the space between our chairs in the back. I mean, we have lots of room on the deck.
But we go out there and we sit.
Yeah.
And all 8 of the dogs sleep on them.
Yeah.
They love them.
And it gives them some support. But yeah, like Mitch says, my dog loved it when she was 14 years old. Yeah.
And it has the give. So like dogs with bad hips.
Yep, it cushions them a little bit.
It keeps them off the ground.
But yeah, I like it. It's been a good one so far.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find another one here
I
for you.
think there's one more.
Oh, the laundry bags?
My laundry bags.
Yeah, these are cool. Just you go ahead. So this is, these are laundry, what do they call, baskets?
I guess you can call them
Slim?
laundry baskets. They're slim laundry bags.
These are, except ours have white labels on them.
Yes. So these here, because like we don't have a ton of room in our bathroom, but these are tall and slim, and they have wheels on them. So when they get over, if you have teenagers, they can't just throw a little bit of laundry in. They got to bring their laundry and they just jam it in they get heavy.
Yes.
So I can just pull it and wheel it to the top of the basement, and then I just throw the laundry down the basement and wheel it back to the bathroom. And it doesn't kill my back, and I'm not worried about ripping the metal or like ripping the mesh. And they actually have removable mesh bags.
Oh, I forgot.
As well.
We don't use those.
We don't use those,
yeah.
but it'd be good for if you're traveling.
But the reason we got these to start with is we have a very small bathroom.
Yeah.
And we got the girls a cabinet to keep all their makeup and things in.
Mm-hmm.
So that made it even smaller. So we had if you have a very small space for dirty laundry or something,
this would work good in a camper.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it would. Brian and Corey. Yeah,
This would work very good in a camper because you can just take the mesh bag out and take it to the laundromat.
Yeah.
And then the mesh bag just
But
goes right.
This guy, the big one, he's 70 centimeters. No, I'm just kidding. I won't do that to you. 27 and a half inches by 8.5 inches. And he holds a ton and it's 16 and a half deep. And it really does. And it's sturdy. My old ass, whenever laundry's full, I take the basket, top of the stairs, basket, and everything goes right down the fucking stairs. Yeah. And it survived so far.
Yeah. But I wheel it to the top of the stairs. I take the clothes out and throw the clothes down.
I suppose
because I'm trying to prevent it from getting broken.
I do that actually with this one. I do that most of the time too. Yeah. That's true.
But it actually
throw this one off.
But it would work good in a camper.
Yeah.
It would work good in a small apartment.
Did you see that color, Mrs. Cook?
I did see that color.
That's her favorite blue. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah. So they actually, that's been one of the best purchases I've had with laundry hampers.
Tiny homes. Yeah, that was it. Well, you had your laptop too.
Oh yes, one more.
Yeah. I don't know.
We got time for one more.
Yeah. Let's see if we can find that. The one that I had. Yeah. Anyway.
So you have a couple?
No, not for tonight. I'll make a list for another night for us. This is fun. I really enjoy this. Night, Rachel. Great to have you. And Mitch says my teenager has to wash laundry. He's 15. Yeah.
This would be a good basket. There it is, right there.
This one. Or this one.
I think it's it's not the four. It's the it's the bigger
one.
one.
It's this one here, isn't it?
No, it's bigger than that. 17.
Okay, 17 inch is it? Okay,
yeah.
You go ahead and tell them what you've got here. And,
so it's an 18 or a 17-inch HP laptop. I bought this because
I think it's that one.
I believe it's this one. Yeah. So we bought this one. No, but it's got like the little finger ID and everything.
I'll find it. You keep talking.
But so when we travel, because I'm always stuck doing things from the computer, and there are some things that I just can't do on my phone, and I think it's a beautiful computer.
Right.
I've had no problems with it whatsoever, and I love it. And it's
well, let's show this one.
Yeah.
This will show you what it looks like. Here it is.
Yeah, but it's easy to travel with. It's really it's thin and it's lightweight. And I took it to England with me.
Yes.
And I had no problems with it. It's a beautiful computer.
Hey, look, we got Ian Claren here tonight. Said, I've always wanted to put in a laundry chute down to the basement where the washing machine is. Yeah. My Graham had one inside the bathroom cabinet dropped in. I think they're cool.
I would love a laundry chute.
Do you know what I love? Have you guys seen the laundry tubes
that it vacuums?
Oh my God, they look like.
No, that's the one I told you I wanted you to
Yes.
install. It only vacuums up clothes.
Right.
It won't take anything else. You just hold it in front and just sucks it right up. I
don't
want one of
know
those.
if anybody hasn't seen this.
I
would love to. What do you call tube? I guess we'll see what this is here. It's called the laundry jet. If you guys haven't seen this, I'm going to bring it up, and hopefully we don't get a. I'm just going to show you some pictures here. So this is the idea right here, and
they're awesome.
Yeah,
I would love.
And they fit in existing walls too. So if you guys see this is so she just goes by. I think you wave your hand in front of it, and the port opens, and then she just throws. There it is, and then you throw your laundry in there, and it sucks it through, just like those old deposit tubes. Yep. So like when the cashiers would put their money in a tube and then send it up to the lady up in the office, this is the type of thing. So I would love anyway,
those.
Laundry Jet, if you're out there and you would like to partner, I would love to try this out because it's cool. So if you guys haven't seen that, it's neat. But yes, Ian, I agree. We've talked about it, and we actually have the right spot where we could put a laundry chute.
Well,
in.
we want to redo the bathroom before we do anything, but I would love one of those.
Maybe by next year we'll. I've been promising her I will at some point. We need to get the roof fixed on the bathroom. That's the next job.
And then we're gutting the bathroom.
We're gonna gut it, and it's gonna be awesome. And I'll do videos on it. It'll be fun.
Yeah, the bathroom is miserable.
And Backwoods says he'd break that in a week. I don't know.
You know what? Our twins would probably break that in a week too. The amount of laundry that. So that's one of the things. Like they just came back on Saturday.
Yes, they did.
They were gone for 3 weeks. The whole time they were gone, I think I ran our dishwasher 3 times.
Yeah.
I have run our dishwasher every day since they have been home.
And it's not because of me.
And laundry. We did laundry, twice a week?
Yeah, and only because we had to. Only because
we have had laundry every day. There's only 2 of them, and it doesn't stop. And it's like, I just ran our dishwasher again today, and I ran it yesterday. And it was full. And
when they were gone, we'd be like 4 or 5 days. We're like, we better do that. It's going to start stinking.
We were running it with like 3 plates in there.
It was just practice for being an old couple when we were empty nest.
But I have never seen 2 children consume so many dishes and laundry in my entire life.
And you know what's crazy is we don't have. It's fun because at one time we had 5 kids at home, and I don't know how we did it. Absolutely, it was oh man, and. Backwoods says it's also not going to take blood-soaked jeans.
It would look like a murder scene.
It sure would.
Because it would probably like flail them around.
It would look like a sequel to American Psycho. It's like, holy shit, that would be awesome.
Yeah, but I think the girls would probably break that chute.
They say it's tough. I don't know.
These kids are consumers. They don't. Yeah, they go through.
I'll tell you what. If we can get it for a decent price, when I do the renovations, I'll incorporate it just because it would make cool content, and I would love. I've always wanted to install one.
I know. And we do have that perfect spot.
We sure do.
Like when we rip that one wall out, it'd be perfect there. Yeah.
It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Maybe next summer there, or I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll get it. Yeah. But it'll be a lot of fun. And Backwoods says that would start to stink. Yeah, it probably would.
Yeah.
Well, Mrs. Cook, this has been a good night.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. I think we should do this at least once a month where we talk about Amazon stuff. I can make a list of things too, because it's fun just to go through it and chat over it. I hope people enjoy it because they seem to. We had maxed out at 20 live viewers tonight, and I'm sure people on the audio will like it. But I'm going to collect. So we've got to go show a property tonight. When we're done, I'll get back. Then I'll upload the audio, and I'm going to collect the links. All of the links to the good products will be in the show notes tonight. The shitty products I'm not going to put in there because I don't want people to accidentally think, oh, that must be a good product. So it'll be there. I love you guys coming in here like this. We have so much fun on our Friday or Saturday night. So it's and you made it. You made it through without.
I did.
Your eyes are watering. You okay? Yeah.
Yeah. Try not to cough. So.
Well, I appreciate all the new faces and new names we saw in here tonight. We love having you. And so tune in tomorrow night. I got Rick Austin, the survivalist gardener, who him and his wife Jane co-founded Prepper Camp, 10-year anniversary this year. I'm going to be there speaking on preparedness. But more important, Rick is a guy that I consider a friend. The guy who just randomly calls me up because he's like, I was thinking about you, Tim. He's that kind of cool dude. So tune in tomorrow night for a great interview. I probably won't do much talking. It'll be Rick doing all the talking. So thanks. Good to see you all tonight. And as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and have a great week.